And you're live.
What's up, everybody?
Yay.
Can you see us? Is it happening?
Let's do it. Okay, we're a little late, but
We are on Mars right now. Tuning back into Nebraska. What's up? This is the very first episode of Nebraska Roots Live. We're so stoked that it's working. It took us a second to get it working. We apologize, but yes, first episode shakes. But yeah, what's up? I believe at some point you can comment and ask questions, maybe, perhaps. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, our friendly cameraman, Mr. Rhett, is going to help us out with that, and you can ask us any questions you want tonight about the Folk and Roots Festival, which is happening June 15th at Pinewood Bowl this year.
It's awesome.
We're so stoked.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's incredible. There's been a lot leading up to this. You know, Folk and Roots started. This will be our 5th year, so we're just stoked, super excited. So yeah, lots of cool things are happening. I'm not sure which camera to look. You know, it's who knows? We're just kind of doing this as a first trial run. So as we get closer to the festival, we're going to do more and more of these, and maybe even tune in, get some people to call in that are playing on the festival, and have some people that are playing on the festival here live, and just kind of connect with people and figure out ways to make it more clear what's going to happen on June 15th. So I'm excited. I don't know. Are you excited?
Sure.
This is Brad Stewart, everybody. Hey! Local comedian extraordinaire, also on Sower Records.
For Folk and Roots. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
And the lineup this year is awesome.
It's good, man. I'm excited. You
just called me last night to do this, so it's like, and I'm kind of getting over a cold, so I'm trying to get excited. I'm totally excited, but it's just like, I got here, and I'm like, what are we doing? Are you guys, you're not set up yet? Okay, all right. Oh, Folk and Roots, yeah!
Yeah, baby. That's how it is, man.
No, it is awesome, and I'm stoked that you guys are at Pinewood Bowl. What a great location. I love seeing shows out there. It's always... Hopefully the weather will cooperate for once, too, because you've had some bad luck in the past.
We have the luxury of this, though, my friend, is that not many people can say their plan B is Pinnacle Bank Arena. Yep. So that's pretty sweet.
Okay, that's a good plan B.
So if it does rain, we're going to move to Pinnacle Bank Arena. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. They have Kids Bop the next day, so there was no conflicts. We almost had Tenacious D be a part of the festival, which would have been bonkers. But,
that would have been incredible.
So maybe next year we're gonna get an earlier start. I think I had like 2 or 3 months to put it together. So next year with a whole year to envision what I want.
You would have gotten Tenacious D, the thing would have been sold out already.
Yeah, well, I think the tickets are selling pretty well for Tenacious D and for Folk and Roots, so that's great. But the only thing about Tenacious D is that, as most of you know, they're not very family friendly. So
that's true.
So that's out of the side hatch probably wouldn't have worked. But I still love them though.
You'd have to take your kids home at 9.
Yeah. Okay, Jack Black's on stage. Time to go home, kid. Yeah, so no, it's exciting. So we have had weather problems in the past. Anybody that's was out at Branch Oak Farms a couple of years ago probably knows, and especially with the tornadoes in Lincoln, Nebraska that we had yesterday, and a day before yesterday. Was that day before yesterday? Yeah, it was Sunday, wasn't it?
It was Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. So that was spooky.
Because I had a show.
Day before yesterday, yeah. And
I've slept right through it.
One of my favorite ice cream places.
That sucks. Dairy Sweet.
Dairy Sweet is gone. So
over by Pinewood Bowl.
Yeah, I saw that they have a GoFundMe page, so make sure to throw a few bucks their way and help that family out. So
yeah, I slept so hard because I didn't even wake up. I didn't hear the sirens. My neighbor called me. He's like, "Yeah, we're in the apartment basement. If you want to come down, me and my dog." And I'm like, "Why?"
Why?
You hanging out in the basement now, the apartment building?
Oh no! Yeah, that's
my next thought was like, "Oh, there's tornadoes. Oh, I have a show tonight."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you had a show that night.
It went fine.
So Brad Stewart, as most of you know, maybe some of you don't know.
I think more don't know.
There's like 4,500 people on the Facebook page, so some of you don't know. Brad has a really great comedy show that happens every week at the Zoo Bar, downtown Lincoln, Nebraska. Now the thing is, there's no comedy show in Lincoln outside of that, is there? I mean, that I know.
There's the Comedy Loft Club down in the
but that's not like a consistent thing, is it?
Yeah, it goes every Friday and Saturday.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
But there's also like a lot of local comedy, too. It's been going on for years.
Yeah, yeah.
this Sunday is actually the 5-year anniversary of the show.
Oh, nice.
I call it Zoolarious because
Yeah.
it's the zoo bar, and I'm so damn clever.
You've been doing that for 5 years. Unbelievable.
Yeah, 5 years.
So I remember the Gunnies building back in the day had great comedy, but and then the Haymarket.
Spaghetti Works used to have it too, I guess.
Spaghetti Works had it for a while.
But there's a comic. James Lindsay is a comic. He does a comedy storytelling show at the Bourbon like about once a month too.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a kid, Josiah Johnson, a young comic. I was running it for a while, but it was hard to do both.
Yeah.
2 weekly shows, and then my own stuff is too hard. So
Right.
I passed the baton over to Josiah Johnson. He does a show at the Panic Bar every Thursday. Or not every Thursday, but almost like
cool.
a couple times a month.
So that's consistent too then. That's
and
great.
they're going awesome.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that you do that show once in a while, so you kind of cross-pollinate a little bit. That's cool.
I think the more stage time, the better the scene gets.
Nice. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. For sure. And that's with music too,
And a lot of people don't realize how many great, local comedians there are here.
Yeah.
I think it took people a while to catch on the music, but I think they finally are, thanks to people like you and
Yeah, for sure.
and a lot of the festivals they do with like Lincoln Calling and Lincoln Exposed.
Lincoln Exposed, yeah. Those are huge.
Because the talent in this town is ridiculous. For a town of less than 300,000 people,
Right.
Every week I at least go, I can't believe
Yeah.
there's this many damn talented people
I know.
here.
It's ridiculous. Every
It's like,
week
I want to go out almost every night and see a band, and it's like,
Right. Yeah.
I can't, but I also have to drink when I do that. And if I did it every night, I would be dead.
Right.
But it'd be a good way to go. I'd be fine with
be-
dying at the zoo bar.
It would be good,
with a
yeah.
shot of Jameson, hopefully polished off.
Yeah. It's true, though, and it doesn't feel oversaturated, which is wild. I lived in Chicago for 10 years, and, you could play the same bar twice a month, and it felt like you were just killing, like you were oversaturating it. And in I think in Lincoln, the bands play Zoo Bar, once a month, like Mescal Brothers. I don't feel like they're oversaturated.
No, me either.
I still want more.
They
of
switch
them.
up their sets, too. I mean, some of them are like playing the same thing, the same order, the same time, and then going little jam sessions, and it's always a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And the community supports it, which is huge.
Yeah.
When I moved back here, I remember feeling that something was brewing, and that would have been like 8 years ago. And Lincoln's always had a great music scene, but I felt like 7 or 8 years ago it really started cooking.
Yeah.
For me anyway, I wasn't
right
used
around
to
the
that.
time I moved back.
In Chicago,
2012.
I was not used to like people coming to shows and support, like other bands coming to shows and supporting other bands.
Yeah.
It was just huge. Like that feeling was great. And I'll never forget looking at, Gerardo Meza and was like, this is incredible. And he's like, yeah, you should start a record label. And that's how Sower Records started.
Well, that's awesome.
And then from there, it just turned into festivals and
he's a
God,
cool
let's do
mofo.
more. Let's do, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to have him on to talk about his paintings, man. He's an incredible painter. But
And Benji.
Benji
I just want to see
Kushner,
Benji
yeah.
in every band he's
Oh,
in.
I know,
you
yeah, totally. Yeah, he's crushing it worldwide now for sure. So we are looking to talk about a few of the acts on the roster for Folk and Roots. Now, some of you might not be familiar, but if you get a chance, look up Third Man Records. So Third Man Records is
a big deal.
Is incredible. Jack White from the White Stripes owns it. And they produce and put out some old-timey stuff and some...
They put out a comedy album, too, by Rory Scovel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And their stuff is, like, really designed well, and it's branded beautifully.
He's put out Loretta Lynn albums.
Yeah. And it's just gorgeous.
It's just cool. I mean, it's Jack White.
Right. It is, I know. And you go into the record store, and it's like, oh, my gosh. And you can buy everything there. You actually can make a record in a booth.
Yeah.
There, which is crazy. But anyway, a guy that Jack White produced, Joshua Headley. He produced Pokey Lafarge, who's also on the bill. But Joshua Headley, I think he produced that record as well. I'll have to look that up, but I believe he had a hand in it. Anyway, the record is unreal, and I discovered this guy. They call him Mr. Jukebox.
Yeah.
Because he was in Nashville. He would play.
And what's his name again?
Joshua Headley.
Yeah, that was the name I didn't recognize on there.
Yeah, and I tell you,
I'll
man.
tell you the one I did. There's a random one that I did, but I'll talk about him first.
Yeah. So as some of you know, on Broad in Nashville, it gets you walk down the street and you can just like stop and you can literally pick out Wagon Wheel from 3 different bars playing at the same time, and it to me, it has this sense of commercial commercialized.
Yeah.
The machine is kind of taking it
It was
over.
actually technically into Bob Dylan songs. You know that?
Yes, that's right. That's right. And
There's
so
like that Darius Rucker tune.
but there's a few bars, yeah, and he's made $1 billion there. I'm sure he's fine with it. But the thing about Broad is that there's Tootsie's, which is right on the corner, right behind the Ryman Theater, and then right next to Tootsie's is a place called Robert's Western World, and their thing is only old timey country. They play the real stuff, and it's the only bar in town that kills that kind of sound, and it's great. And
Which
they
is
also
surprising. Which that should be the bread and butter there.
Right. Yeah, and on Broad, it's the only bar. I shouldn't say only bar in town.
Right.
I'm sure there's other places in town doing great too, but it's the ones that we recognize. There was only that one that I really gravitated towards. And you go in there and they have something called the Recession Special. It's a fried bologna sandwich with mayonnaise and a PBR tall boy for $5. And anyway, Mr. Jukebox, Joshua Headley used to play there all the time. And he kind of made a name for himself because this kid knows every song that people would scream out whatever song and he would know it. And that's how he got the name Mr. Jukebox. And I read that the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So
nobody ever wanted to talk to him though because he reeked of baloney.
Yeah, and they always have to put coins in him to talk. Yeah, yeah, it smelled like fried bologna. Yeah, but Robert's Western World's like it looks like a boot shop. They have boots on the walls.
They sell boots,
but they're not for sale.
Okay.
It's a weird. I don't think they are. It was a very strange place, but it was very cool. Music.
Can I throw those on? No.
Yeah.
All right, we have
fried bologna.
Good night.
Yeah, so it was pretty sweet going in there, and we went and saw the Byrds at the Ryman Theater do "Sweetheart of the Rodeo" in its entirety.
Wow.
And then afterwards, my wife and I went to Robert's Western World and had a fried bologna sandwich. It was just incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, Josh Headley, we got him, and I'm so excited. I heard the record when it came out, and I didn't know I don't know. Can we pull up a picture, Rhett, of the album cover? It should be. We'll see if we can do that. But the album cover, he's wearing a blue nudie suit, and if you're at home, maybe look it up. It's incredible, and he looks like he's straight out of the '60s, straight out of the '60s, like Buck Owens in the Carnegie Hall era,
The Flying Burrito Brother.
Yeah, all that. Just a gorgeous nudie suit, and he's the real deal, man. He's just like doing the good sounding stuff with the incredible pedal steel sounds, and I'm pretty stoked to see him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him just from your description there.
Oh yeah, the album's incredible. You can it's produced really, really well.
Yeah.
And whoever, I think it might have been Jack White if I read it right, but he's got a hand in it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah,
that's it. Yep. And so yeah, and we also have a video, I believe. What do you think? Can we go to video? Can we watch a video right now?
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so there's your album. Let's play his video.
All right, check this out.
It's not hard to realize.
Is it working?
My eyes, and the truth is, this is how I make it through. You never broke my heart, and I never fell apart, and I never shed a tear for you. If I really loved you so, inside. This is tearing me in two. You never broke my pride, and I never died inside, and I never shed a tear
Sure.
for you.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
We cut back.
That was really good.
And we're back to you guys.
I love y'all. Wasn't that cool?
We got
Yeah.
water appeared magically. That was awesome. That's definitely the old school country.
Yeah, that's the sound. That's the sound that hits me and has hit me my whole life. And
And how old
I
is
just
that
love
guy?
it. What's that?
He doesn't look that old either.
No, he's not. I don't think he's that old. I think he
Yeah.
might maybe 30.
Yeah.
Below 30. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Third Man Records, check them out. Everything they put out is killer.
Yeah.
I mean, he put out some vintage blues recordings that are just amazing. Super, super duper cool
I think
stuff.
that it's finally coming back around to authentic stuff again. Like, you know, like the early 90s started out so amazing. Like, it was like Nirvana and like
Yeah.
the grunge era and Lilith Fair and like, you know, all these great singer-songwriters and like real pop songs. They were pop songs, but like Jeremy, like a kid that shoots himself in front of the has this really dark, deep,
Right.
and existential meaning to the whole song.
Black Hole Sun.
Yeah, I mean, like
yeah.
then the era ends with boy bands and Britney Spears, which
Right.
is nothing wrong with that, but that's like there has to be an answer to that.
Yeah.
And it's feeling like it's been taken forever, but I feel like, I mean, you said that guy's like barely 30.
Yeah.
I feel like that generations like 30 and younger
Yeah.
are tired of that
Right.
being marketed to and this, you know, the auto-tune and the fakeness
Right.
of it all and are reverting back to where it started.
Yeah, and
you
they're
know,
probably
to
discovering
the
their-
roots,
Yeah, yeah.
if you will.
They're probably discovering their father's collection or their grandfather's record collection and going, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What is this?
But instead of the judges were really, your stuff's stupid, Dad. You're like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what my son does. Yeah, he's like, gosh,
Oh, he's got good taste.
this
your
is
son,
actually
though.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He listens.
I took him
like,
to see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, and he's
the other day.
hooked.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he came home and started playing it on keyboard. I'm like, okay, I think we're
I
we're
was
winning.
in about 6th grade when I got obsessed with Queen. It's just like how many awesome songs they have besides the ones that you know from sporting events.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, and it goes way deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the pathetic surface. Yeah, well, it's not super
Yeah.
pathetic, but it's like, how did
Freddie Mercury got the ultimate revenge, I think, in
Yeah,
society by having like the biggest sports anthems ever.
yeah, I bet he makes more publishing dollars
Yeah.
on that than anything, which is great. Or at least it's
I'm the marriage between a man and a woman. We were Rockies on.
yeah. This is what I love about Brad is that you go down every alley with him. So anyway, parlaying back to the festival, that was Joshua Headley. Check him out, study him. He's going to be great. I'm so excited.
Some more too.
And imagine him at Pinewood Bowl. It's going to be incredible.
be great.
So, and then of course Pokey Lafarge. Now, if anybody's watching, how many people do we have tuning in at the moment?
8.
8 people are tuning
8.
in. Cool. And if anybody has any questions, please ask. We will do our best to answer. But Pokey played at the Bourbon Theater a few years back. Did you go to that? Mm-mm. Okay. So, and he was so good. The Bottle Tops opened up. That's my band, the Bottle Tops.
Yeah.
We got a chance to open up, and that was really cool
that's
talking to him.
awesome.
And he's a huge baseball fan. He's from St. Louis, but he's a Chicago Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. And that's like almost like a mortal sin.
Yeah.
You know, if you're from St. Louis, but he's a great dude. We got him to come, which is incredible. So 2 bands that, you know, on Third Man Records, which is incredible. And I didn't even plan it that way. It just kind of fell into my lap.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, I learned
Jack White will show up.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, maybe it'll be as cool as
Yeah.
the time Vince Neil showed up to the Holiday Inn Hotel.
Nothing's that cool.
Nothing's that cool.
I mean,
I'll tell that story.
cool. I mean, lame.
I won't tell that story right now.
Tell you who I'm excited about when I look at
Who
the
are you excited
lineup
about?
is Greg Brown.
Dude.
That when I moved to LA in
Oh, man.
1995, I'd waited tables and I would work a double next to this Barnes and Noble where I'd go like either get coffee and write comedy or whatever, or I would go listen to music. Remember, there used to be, I think Starbucks, they still have it in Barnes and Noble. You can go and listen to music, but remember, like every record store used to have that.
Oh, sure.
You could discover stuff.
Yeah, you discover new.
Well, I listened to Greg Brown at Barnes and Noble. I was like, I bought his
wow.
Slant 6'9" album.
Oh, cool.
And just played the hell out of that. It's like my first year in LA.
Nice.
And then just kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
You know, but he's got like so many albums out.
He's so Midwest. He's from Iowa.
Yeah.
Him and his wife live there. And and it's when you listen to it, when I first heard Greg Brown, I have to thank Cinnamon Dawkin from A Novel Idea. Yeah. And my wife worked there for years, and they used to play Greg Brown in the store all the time, and that's how we discovered Greg Brown. And he has a song called Peaches, I believe it's called, and it's so reminiscent. Every time I hear it, I think of Norfolk, Nebraska, and my grandma's backyard. I mean, it's just so symbolic. Everything is very visual. It takes me back when I hear it, and I just fell in love with his music. And I know I get the same feeling from a lot of Matt Cox's songs. Matt Cox is a local guy.
Yeah, great.
And he's on the lineup as well, which is really cool because when I got Greg Brown, I instantly thought of Matt, and I said I've got to book because I think he's
not familiar with Greg Brown.
Huge fan.
Yeah, okay, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
but...
and he's a huge fan. We've talked a lot about it, and so he was so excited to know that he was booked. And funny and sad enough, I should say, this is his last year playing. He's retiring after this
Greg
year.
Brown is?
Yeah, so if you're thinking about coming and you're on the fence to see Greg Brown, this may be the last time you can see Greg Brown. So
that's actually what I'm most excited for because I have this memory of him. Yeah, and I was like he would be more famous, but I guess he is famous in the folk circuit.
He is,
but old guys with ponytails know him.
Yeah, and I actually said the same thing to his agent. Man, I said. That's so crazy why Greg Brown is not more famous than he is.
He probably didn't want that either.
I don't think he doesn't.
Because his stuff is so real.
I don't think he does
Facebook.
And, he doesn't do an email list. He doesn't
He probably has his core group of fans that come out to see him. And it's like, that's the dream, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
he just wants to do it his own way. And it's just like, okay, cool. He travels minimally.
He's from Iowa. Does he live in Iowa still, or does he live?
He lives in Iowa. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. And he travels with a guy named Bo Ramsey, who's also coming, by the way. And he's seeing the two of them together. I actually saw them live on the stage of the Old Town School of Folk Music in Chicago, and it was an intimate setting. I think the theater held maybe 200 to 300 people.
Yeah.
And you could hear a pin drop in there, and it was just pure magic to see Greg Brown and Bo play on that stage, and it was just minimal, like acoustic guitar, and he was on an old Telecaster, I think, and just destroying. It was great. I'm beyond excited for that. That's going to be great.
And to get an entire crowd hushed in this day and age is no easy feat.
I know. I don't know. Is it possible to play a Greg Brown song? Can we do that?
I think so. You got a favorite? He doesn't.
Just maybe a little. Just give him a taste because we're talking about it.
Hurts so good.
Yeah. Do you want to hear any particular song?
Was that Hurts so good? I think it's Hurts so good.
So nice.
Hurts so nice. Yeah, Hurts so nice. Tell you once, I told you twice.
That'd be cool. Here's a little Greg Brown for you.
It hurts so nice, I told you once, I told you twice. You slapped my face and threw the rise. The storm was wild, but you went out and ate back yet. I bet you're wet and now it's late and life's agreed. Big surprise, it hurts so nice.
That's sweet.
It hurts so good, I know it could. Too many nights, love was polite, not harder, deep put me to sleep. I dreamed of you, all painted blue, and doing this, and it came true. You are so crude, it hurts so good. So much you must have touched my listening after such and such. Held me up off the floor. No, push me down once more. It feels so good. You leave me limp.
Yeah.
Don't get married tonight.
Yeah, that's a little taste. That's incredible.
Yeah, isn't it good?
Wow,
so good.
man. You hear a little Tom Waits in there.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
but it's in a
He's a
folky way
storyteller,
and not
too,
like a
yeah.
smoky jazz bar kind
Smoky
of way.
folky.
Yeah,
I like it.
right. God, man, it's incredible. It's incredible. So anyway, Greg Brown is playing Folk and Roots Festival.
Yes, I
which
bought
I've
that on cassette.
always wanted to say. You had that on cassette?
1995.
Did you really?
Because I had an 85 Ford Tempo, and that's
Nice.
something I could play music on back then.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. That is cool. Yeah, you got to buy tapes if that's the only thing you got. In
I
your
had
car,
that
man.
and Jagged Little Pill in there.
Nice, that's perfect.
When I first moved to LA, I heard Hand in My Pocket by Alanis, and I was like,
Oh,
did
yeah.
I write this? Sounds like something I would write, because I
Nice.
loved it so much, and I related to it so much, and
Yeah.
she hadn't blown up yet.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find it on See If I Wanted to. I went to the first record store, and it's like a Sam Goody or something,
Yeah.
and I found it on cassette, so I
Oh,
bought
my
that
God.
and listened to it, and then had no idea she was going to blow up like she did.
Oh
but
yeah. Did you know at the time she was a childhood actress?
I found out, when
Yeah,
I started doing
later.
research on her,
Yeah. What was it? The show called?
can't do that on
Yeah,
television?
with the green slime.
Which I
and
loved that
stuff,
show when
yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
It was such a bizarre. Was that Nickelodeon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They did some.
I think it was a
risque
Canadian
stuff.
TV show that they played on Nickelodeon. But
Oh, okay. They also did what was the red? I'm going on a tangent.
Yeah.
But what is the red flag show where they had to dig through the slime and the muck and the kid?
Oh, Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Yeah, that was a little bit after my time.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway,
Okay.
that got us off of Greg Brown. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I've always been.
Craig
I've
Brown,
always
the Nickelodeon.
imagine him on that show. Yeah. So I've always wanted to say Greg Brown is finally playing Folk and Roots Festival, which I can say. And,
Oh, that's
and it,
awesome.
And it just broke my heart when I heard he was retiring. But at the same time, I was so excited.
Do guys like that ever retire, though?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not going to go on big tours, and I'm sure he'll pick up a guitar and
I can't
jam somewhere
imagine.
near his house sometime.
Right. And I wondered that too. You know, if he plays in Iowa a lot,
Yeah.
and I want to say that he probably does. You know, like a lot of the folky singers around here, like Jack Hotel or Dr. John Walker did. They played a lot
Right.
around here. You know, when they're here. You know, so
If you're a musician, you don't just stop playing. I mean, like,
no, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that he. Yeah.
I can see getting older and not wanting to tour as much for sure.
Yeah. Right.
But I bet he'll still play places that are near where he
Or
lives.
like a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who not? Let's hope.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But
how,
after that, we could see him
yeah.
in June here.
Yeah, in June 15th, come out and see him. He's gonna be here, and he never. Yeah, I don't think he tours that often.
Yeah.
So I think he's very selective about when he tours. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So anyway, he's tied in with the old John Prine crowd and all those guys. So I'm so excited, and I think he actually was here for a LAFTA show a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 years back. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that he was here for a LAFTA event. Which is a great organization that brings folk stars and songwriters through, which is really neat. Anyway, who else is on the lineup? Gee whiz, there's so many great. Oh, I gotta tell you about the Suitcase Junket. Do you know about this guy? Oh my gosh. So, yeah, his name was sent to me by an agent, and I didn't know of him either. But the agent was super adamant and said, "You have to check this guy out. He will be big in the next few years, and you won't be able to afford him." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll check him out." And I pulled up a song of him doing a video, and he's basically like a one-man band. He plays the drums and the guitar and everything at once, and it's unbelievable what I was watching. I just couldn't believe it. And I said instantly, I was like, yes, let's get it.
He pulls it all in the suitcase. Is that what he's the suitcase?
Yeah, even if we can get a taste, it's unreal. If we can pull up a little bit, I don't know if you're able to.
Suitcase Junket is his handle,
yep,
or
the Suitcase Junket, and it's some of the coolest, catchiest music done in this. I don't even know how to explain it. Almost vaudevillian, sort of like one-man band kind of way, and it's just, oh man, it's truly something I'd never seen before. Yeah. There was a guy touring around called That One Guy, and he used to play Knickerbockers all the time.
Yeah.
But he had tubes and just tons of stuff all over him, and he used to play. But it wasn't like that even. So every one-man band I've seen, it wasn't anything like the Suitcase Junket. So, but yeah, can we check it out for a little bit? Let's check it. Get a little tasty taste.
That won't stop her trying. She's got eyes of good reason. This heartbreaking and love, new one every season. Does the epic social sense? Cause it's so damn pleasing. So she follows
see.
Yeah, this is one of the more mellower ones, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually that's a little more of the mellower tune, but even though you can hear he's doing all that himself, and it's a one-man band approach to touring light, you know. My buddy Tyler Wallace from Union Pacific just toured through. Did you know?
I do.
Him?
I love him.
Yeah,
He's great.
He came through and did a juke, like an old ghetto blaster as a backing band.
Yeah,
and it was cool. Yeah, he played with Jack Hotel and Evan Bartles and
where were they at?
Matt Cox up in Omaha. And then the night before they were at the Zoo Bar the other night, and that was really cool too. You know? I think he's just trying to tour lightly, you know, and in a different approach. Maybe put out one album of him in a boombox, which was pretty interesting. But the Suitcase
They're
Junkie,
super talented.
yeah, great music, great songwriter too. Hopefully we can get him through next year.
Yeah,
that would be sweet. But
did they do it before? Union
yeah,
Pacific?
Union Pacific played Folk and Roots. Boy, when was it? 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, and that was before Kim Taruk moved back. But yeah, he's now living in Nebraska, which is very cool. But yeah, anyway, the Suitcase Junket is gonna blow people away. I just know it, and so that's another taste. Well, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to have you on and just shoot the.
I think we
Shoot
did.
the wind.
We accomplished that.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about every single band, but
Yeah.
it's nice to just like see you. I don't get a chance to see you very often, and I did release your comedy record for you.
That's true, which I'll never forget.
Tell them about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's called You Don't Say. And
It's
we released it a
amazing.
couple years ago now.
Oh, it's amazing. Please go check it out.
And it was one night at the Zoo Bar. I did some stuff I wasn't planning on doing, and I did some stuff that I hadn't done before. And,
Yeah.
And
You just kind of got up and.
They captured one moment that was really fun, and I love it.
It was a spectacular night. And the weirdest part about that was that you had gone into that thinking that you were going to cut that down.
Yeah.
And when we got it, we decided as a team that no, all of it was good.
Yeah.
I don't think you cut.
We cut like for 5 minutes, I think.
Did you really?
Yeah. Mm.
But you were looking to cut. You were
yeah.
looking to cut like 20 minutes. Didn't you? Yeah. So, which was amazing to me because it was such good energy in that room that night. The Zoo Bar was packed, and people were just freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Who opened that show? It was
just Audrey.
Audrey, yeah, and she was great too.
Yeah.
Audrey Farnham.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. Local comedian as well.
Yeah.
She's part of the 1867 crew, I believe.
She is now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
She
great.
doesn't do comedy as much anymore, but
Oh, okay. She's a fantastic.
but she's always funny.
Oh yeah,
She doesn't need a stage.
Yeah. Last
the world's her stage.
year at Folk and Roots, she kept me alive. I'll tell you that because she was making me laugh so hard, and it was like 4 or 5 in the morning, tearing down all the gear, and we were just exhausted, and she was just.
Yeah,
she was so funny, man. Oh, it was
She's
great.
hilarious.
And hopefully she's going to be around this year too. But we should mention the sponsors. G&G Smoke Shop is been wonderful to us. They're sponsoring this streaming show.
Cool.
So make sure to support them. They're the local smoke shop in town, and they do the greatest glassware that around. I mean, go in and just look at the museum of glassware that Joe has. It's just incredible. So make sure to support them. G&G Smoke Shop, and of course Legacy Retirement. They're a sponsor of this stream as well. And of course we can't forget Red Rebel Media and of course Pinewood Bowl. So this is another outlet for us to just be cool and talk and hang out with friends and and kind of pay a little homage to the Nebraska music scene and as well as the sponsors that make this kind of thing possible. Because I can tell you right now, friends, this festival would not happen if it wasn't for sponsors. And this team is Rhett McClure with Viziness. Don't forget about him. If you want any video production work, he's the man in town. He's great. So all this stuff, I'm telling you, sponsors really make this kind of thing work. And when I went into the festival producing business, I found that out. I found out how hard it is to put on festivals
it's extremely difficult
without money. So
I can't believe you've done it this long.
Yeah, it's been a ride.
You're still
for sure,
positive.
Still,
You're amazing.
I'm still learning. I'm still kind of figuring it out. But the cool thing is that I feel like I've created a lot of opportunities for people, and especially local artists. That can open for. I mean, for crying out loud, there was probably 15 people on stage with Daryl Scott a few years ago, singing, together, and it was just amazing. So these opportunities are memories that we'll cherish forever, and I hope that we can continue to do that at Pinewood Bowl, and that's really why I do it.
Well, that's awesome. Pinewood Bowl is such an amazing venue. It's going to be great.
And a huge shout out to Tom Lorenz and their team. They've been incredible, and I can't wait to turn the lights on out there and just. It's going to be great. So check out the lineup online. The website is up, nebraskafolkandroots.com. Check it out. And
all 8 of you come to my comedy show.
Yeah, everybody come out and support
we still have
Brad.
8 and we get more.
People tune in. Hopefully you guys watch this later. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on in Nebraska. And make sure to support it. And that's why we're here. So we're going to try to do this next week. As well. So do what you got to do. And we'll rock it. Thanks, Rhett. Thanks, Brad.
Right.
Good to see you, buddy. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody. Cheers to you. Adios.
Logo went out.